We continue now at the top of Daf Sameches and Aleph and Meseches Gittin. This is Gittin Daf 68a. And the previous summit, the Gemara was discussing an incident with Rav Sheshes and the servants of the Reish Galusa. The servants of the Reish Galusa, they tried to kill Rav Sheshes by putting a piece of meat that had a small bone in front of him, and Rav Sheshes was blind, and they were hoping that he would choke on the meat. Rav Sheshes felt that there was a bone there, and so he put the meat, he tucked it away into his scarf. And so the servants of the Reish Galusa wanted to find out what happened, and so they claimed the Igniv Lon Kasa de Chaspa. There was a silver cup that was stolen from us. We have to search through everybody's items. While they were investigating, looking into everybody's stuff, they found that this piece of meat was wrapped in the scarf. Amri Le, so they said to him, meaning they said to the Reish Galusa, Chazimar, see master, de lo mechal kaboy, he doesn't even want to eat. He doesn't want to eat by your table. Elat Siyurin, he's just trying to afflict us. He's just trying to bother us. Amar Lahu, Rav Sheshes said to them, Anam mechal achli, I was eating, I would eat, v'toami bei, time of the chivra, but I tasted this animal had leprosy, and therefore I didn't want to eat an animal that had these boils. Amri Le, they said to him, Chivra lo avid lon ha'idna, we didn't prepare for you an animal that had leprosy. Amar Lui said to them, Bodku beduchte, go check in the place where you got this meat. The Amar of Chista, because Rav Chista said, Uchma bechivra, if you have black spots on a white animal, v'chivra b'uchmasur, if you have white spots on a black animal, lakusi, that shows that that particular animal is struck with leprosy. And the Gemara continues, Bodak, they checked, Ashkechu, and they found that indeed this animal had these spots, and that proved Rav Sheshes to be correct. And the Gemara continues, Kikonafik, as they were exiting, Karu Leibira, they dug a pit, they wanted Rav Sheshes to fall into the pit. Veshadu Leit Sifsi Love, and they put on top of the pit a mat of reeds. V'amrile, they said to him, Leisimar Leinach, come master, and rest. Nachar le Rav Chista me'achore. Rav Chista snorted from behind Rav Sheshes to indicate that there was danger. Amar le liyanuka, Rav Sheshes said to a child, Psokli psukach, tell me the pasuk that you're learning right now. Amar le, so the child said to him, Netelach al yamincho al smolcha, go to your right or go to your left. Amar le l'shame, so Rav Sheshes said to his servant, Maika chazas, what do you see in front of us? Amar le said to him, Tzifisa deshadya, I see in front of us, it's a mat of reeds. Amar le said to him, Hadar mina, turn away from it. Levasar denafik, after he exited, Amar le Rav Chista said to him, to Rav Sheshes, Mina have a yod amar, how did the master know there was a pit over there? How did the master of Sheshes know about the danger? Amar le, so Rav Sheshes said to him, Chada denachar limar, number one, the master, meaning you, Rav Chista, you snorted to me, you gave me an indication of danger. V'yod the pasuk li yanuka psuka, and furthermore, the pasuk that the child recited, that indicated that there was danger. V'yod the chashidi avdi de lo malu, and furthermore, the servants of the Reish Galusa are suspect because they're not good individuals. And the Gemara continues bringing a pasuk from Koheles, Asisi li sharim v'shar. Shalom HaMelech says, I made for myself sharim and sharos, the Gemara will explain. V'tanugos b'nei ha'adam, and human pleasures, shida v'shidos, that also the Gemara will explain. And the Gemara explains sharim v'sharos. What are sharim v'sharos? Elu minei zemer, that's all kinds of music. V'tanugos b'nei ha'adam, what does it mean? He made human pleasures for himself. Elu berechos u'merchatzos, that refers to pools and bathhouses. Shida v'shidos, and what are shida v'shidos? Hacha targimu shida v'shidatin, here in Bavel, they translate it as male and female demons. B'ma'arova amri, in the West they say shidata refers to various kinds of chariots. Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, Shalosh meos mine shedim hayu b'shichin. There are 300 different kinds of shedim and shichin. V'sheido atzma ini yodea mahi, but I don't know how to identify. I don't know what a shade is. Amar Mar, the master said, Hacha targimu, here in Bavel they translate shida v'shidatin, that it refers to male and female demons. Shida v'shidatin l'mayi boile. So the Gemara says, if that is the interpretation of the pasuk, why does Shlomo HaMelech need demons? And the Gemara explains the chsiv as it's written in the pasuk, v'habayis b'hibonoso, even shleima masa nivna v'gomer. The pasuk says, when they were building the Beis HaMikdash, they had to have quarried stone, but they weren't able to use metal instruments to cut the stone. So Amar Lehu l'Rabbanan, so Shlomo HaMelech said to the Rabbanan, Hechi Avid, what should I do? Amru Le, they said to him, Iko Shemira da'isi Moshe le'avnei Ephod. There's the creature called the Shamir that Moshe Rabbeinu he brought to you to cut the stones of the Ephod. Amar Lahu, so he said to them, Shlomo HaMelech said to the Rabbanan, Heche shtakach, where can I find this Shamir? Amru Le, they said to him, Aisi Sheda v'shidatin, bring a male and female demon, kavishinu ahadadi, press them together, pressure them together. In other words, pressure them to tell you, Efshar diyadi umegalu lach. It's possible they'll know where this creature is, and they will reveal it to you. Aisi Shida v'shidatin, so he brought a male and female demon, kavishinu ahadadi, he pressed them together. Amri, they said, Anon lo yadinan, we don't know. But Dilma Ashmedai Malka de Sheda Yada, maybe Ashmedai, who's the king of the Sheda, maybe he knows where this creature is. Amar Lahu, he said to them, Hecho Isay, so where can I find Ashmedai? Amrile, they said to him, Isay Betura Plan, he's in a particular mountain. Karyale Biru Malyale Maya, he digs for himself a pit in this mountain, he fills it with water. Umechasya Betinara, and he covers the opening of the pit with a stone. V'chasme Begushpanke, and he seals it with a seal. V'chol Yom Masalik L'Raki, every day he goes up to the heavens. V'gomer Mesivta D'Raki, he learns in the yeshiva of the heavens. V'noches L'Ara, and then he comes down to the earth. V'gomer Mesivta D'Ara, and he learns in the yeshiva of the earth. V'yasi Sayir Le L'Gushpanke, then he goes and inspects his seal, makes sure that nobody has tampered with it. Umegalile, and he opens it up. V'shasi, and he drinks. Umechasile, he covers it. V'chasimle, and then he seals it again. V'yazil, and then he goes on his way. And the Gemara continues, Shadre Levinayoh ben Yehoyada, Shlomo HaMelech, he sent Benayoh ben Yehoyada, Yoav Le Shushilta Dechokek Al Hashem, he gave him a chain, upon which was carved the name of Hashem, Vizkasa, and also a ring, Dechokek Al Hashem, upon which was carved the name of Hashem, Vegavi De'amr, and he gave him some cloth, some wool, Vizeki Dechamr, and he gave him some wine and wineskins, Azal Kara Bira Mitasoyim, Benayoh ben Yehoyada, he went and he dug a pit from underneath, that was underneath the pit of Ashmedai, Shafinu l'maya, and he put a hole in there, he drained out all the water. V'sasminu begavi damar, then he closed it up with the wool. V'kara bira meiloi, then he dug a pit above the pit of Ashmedai. V'shafchinu l'chamer, and he poured wine into that pit. V'taminu, and Rashi explains, V'taminu mileo san shtei boros offer, he filled both of the pits that he made, he filled them with dirt, kadesh lo yavin Ashmedai, so Ashmedai shouldn't understand what had happened. Solik Yosef Bilana, then he went up and he went into a tree, he hid in a tree. Kiyasa Sair Legushpanka, when Ashmedai came, he inspected his seal, Galia, he opened it up, Ashkechei Chamer, and he found that instead of water, he found that wine was inside his pit. Amar, he said, Ksiv, it says in the Pasuk, Leitz Hayayin Homasheicher V'chol Yecham. It talks about the bad effects of wine. Anybody who drinks wine will not become wise. Uchsiv Zanus V'yayin V'tiro Shikach Lev. And the Pasuk also says that harlotry and wine take away the heart. And so therefore, Lo Ishti, so therefore he didn't drink the wine. Kitzachi Lo Sagile, but then he became thirsty, he wasn't able to withhold. Ishti, and he drank. Rava, he became intoxicated. V'gon, and he fell asleep. Nachis asa shada be'shushilta, and Benayoh ben Yehoyada came down from the tree. He put around his neck the chain which was carved into it, the name of Hashem, Satame, and he enclosed the chain around his neck. Kiyaster, and when Ashmedai woke up, Havakam Efrazel, he was thrashing around. Amar Le, and Benayoh ben Yehoyada said to him, Shema demarach aloch, the name of your master is upon you. Shema demarach aloch, the name of your master is upon you, meaning you're not able to break the chain, you would break the name of Hashem. Kinakidle, as he was taking him, V'yasin, he was coming, Mata Dikla, he reached a palm tree, Chafbe, he brushed against it, meaning Ashmedai brushed against the palm tree, Shadye, and he knocked it down. Mata Levesa, he reached a house, Shadye, he knocked that down as well. Mata Gabe Kuba Dayar Malasa, he reached a shack that belonged to a widow. Nafka, she came out, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Meseches Amud Beis.